In my experience, PSWs are typically people who get into this line of work because they want to care for others. I've often said through my career that the home you're providing for your elders is only going to be as good as the most tired out, under-supported, underpaid, under-trained PSW is. They are, in many ways, the main character in the story of elder care.
In theory, I thought I was prepared, but the practical aspect, no.
PSW training currently is inadequate as it relates to setting people up for success in serving elders well.
It's one thing to learn about caregiving, but it's another thing to actually take that and apply it in the real world.
When they teach you in school is different from what you see out there. They just tell you, oh, these people have anxiety, but you don't know what it entails. Like I have a resident, I got to know that anxiety can actually raise their blood pressure.
The solution to this crisis is that we need to provide better training, experiential training that is elder-informed.
One of the questions that we ask many of our learners in our classes is, when was the last time you interacted with an older person? And for the most part, when learners are asked this question, only one of them or two of them is going to raise their hand and say, I've interacted with an older person.
My wife began to have problems with what eventually we found out was Lewy body dementia. The experience that we had of Sandra being treated as a whole person, even though she may not have looked like one or sounded like one, made all the difference to us for the last 7 years of her life, and was something where we benefited rather than endured.
Most of this really comes down to a simple thing. It's relational. I think engaging with an older person as part of educational experience really puts learning into context, and having a gerontological focus where you're saying, let's talk about things like cognitive impairment, or what it means to be living with Parkinson's, or what it means to be experiencing social isolation. I think it allows that PSW to be trained in a much more comprehensive and holistic way, and I do think that that is innovative.
I have a vision that these students will be interacting from day one with elders. We want this school to be experiential in nature from day one, not waiting for placement for that to happen. We have a vision that it will be elder-informed. I have many elders living in my home currently who will be a part of building and delivering that curriculum. And we have a vision that it will be intergenerational in nature. Each student that comes to our school will have an older adult learning partner that will help them study, that will give them their own opinion of what it might be like to be cared for by someone, that will cheer them on as they finish their program components. And so an intergenerational, elder-informed, experiential school is going to be completely revolutionary. It'll be completely different than any other school that is currently delivering this curriculum.
If I'd known all of this before doing the job, it would have been much more better.
I would have been prepared. I would have had not only like the theory, like the knowledge, but I would have had more experience, more hands-on experience.
Often when you're doing things that are innovative and new, if you want this philosophy to take hold, the thing that you really have to do is to invest in the educational programs that can come out of it. Then we can begin the work of transformation of how seniors are given a much better life.
There are ways that we can do things better. And to take that leadership and really to create a blueprint on doing things better, I think really hats off to Heather and to the team at Christie Gardens, who have really been the cornerstone of the success for the intergenerational classroom and also on moving the PSW school forward so quickly.
When people decide to get involved and invest in this PSW school and help us get to the start line, you're not only investing in what might be care for you or your loved one at Christie Gardens, you are investing in something that's going to change the way PSWs are trained and therefore change the way elders are cared for. We desperately need that in our community, in our province, in our country. I really need the support from the people living and working at Christie Gardens to get excited about this with me. And you can be a part of something much bigger than just what's going to happen at Christie Gardens.